What the? Tyler Toffoli is back in the Canadiens lineup, and his value is rising each and every game. That's right, the price of ravioli right now is at an all-time high. Despite the Habs' horrendous play, Toffoli continues to put up points. And I don't know if any of you guys have noticed this, but since he's come back, Nick Suzuki looks twice as good. Maybe, just maybe, it's because he's actually got somebody to pass the puck to with more than half a brain. Toffoli does seem to have a natural ability to get himself into a good scoring position. Some players are good at that, while other players are not. So far this season, 29-year-old Toffoli has 21 points in 29 games. I think we can all agree he's a bit of a clutch player. Last year, he did lead the team in points, finishing the season with 44 points in just 52 games. And the most wonderful thing about Toffoli of all, besides his striking resemblance to a teapot, is that he's under a very reasonable contract at the prime of his career. So what will Mr. Clean ever do with him? Toffoli makes 4.25 million buckaroos throughout the next couple of seasons, and for what he brings, let's face it, that's a bargain, okay? It sounds like a lot for anyone, but when you look at what a lot of these guys have been making, geez, it ain't so bad. There's a lot of overpaid meatballs in the NHL right now, but ravioli is not one of these meatballs, okay? For those of you who don't know, Eric Engels has an evil twin brother named Derek Engels, who also happens to share his thoughts about the Habs. And Derek would say if Kent's phone is not already ringing about Tyler Toffoli, it's gonna be ringing sometime soon. And I think we can all agree with that. There's definitely gonna be some interest, because honestly, who wouldn't want to bring in a guy like this on their team right now for a cap hit like that? Not to sound like a used car salesman, but if your team is looking to go deep into the playoffs this year, Toffoli would be a great addition, not only because of his point production, but he's also considered a leader out there. He's a veteran now, and the fact that he's already got a Stanley Cup ring looks pretty damn good. Toffoli always has great things to say about his teammates. He's continuously pumping the tires from Nick Suzuki and his playmaking abilities. It seems like they've got a little bit of a bromance going on. It's been a match made in heaven. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I don't want to lose him. Gee. Okay, Suzuki is gonna be crushed. But I also understand the Canadian situation right now, and perhaps trading away assets like Toffoli could lead to a brighter future in Montreal, which is what we all want. Once Gordytron begins working his magic in the next couple of drafts, hopefully things begin to look up. I know I've got a lot of viewers who are really hoping that the Habs have multiple first-round draft picks this year, which, is not a bad thing. However, keep in mind that next year's draft is supposedly very deep and likely to include multiple generational talents. So, if Gorton and Kent Hughes can both strut into the 2023 draft like Conor McGregor, a couple of first-round picks in their pockets, that would be lovely. Now that we're done talking about ravioli, let's bring our focus onto a whole new category of food that people have been craving lately, and I'm talking turkey. We've got a minor update from Frank the Tank Seravalli that I wanted to throw in here, as he did mention Lehkonen during a recent podcast, stating that he knows of at least 3 teams right now that are begging the Montreal Canadiens to get Arrturi Lekhonen. They all want him. Can you believe it? They've been comparing Lekhonen to the most recent Blake Coleman scenario. Frank the Tank does seem to know his stuff, and considering we've already got 3 teams interested in Artturi Lekhonen 8 weeks before the trade deadline, that tells me we may have a little bit of a bidding war going on as time ticks by. So there's no doubt Kent Hughes has got a lot on his plate right now. He's going to be busy. He's going to want to throw his phone at the wall to get it to stop ringing. All the GMs around the league are probably wondering what kind of approach he's about to take here. Maybe he blows it all up and trades whatever he can. We won't know until a little later. But we're definitely going to have a lot of little updates along the way. So what do you guys think? Who is more likely to get moved, ravioli or turkey? Or are you the kind of guy that's thinking both of these guys are going to get moved before the deadline? Let me know in the land down under. That does it for this quick little update. If you're a fan of these kind of videos, then gently assault the like button. Don't let it get away that easy. And if you're brand new here, or you've been watching but you haven't subscribed yet, then what the hell are you waiting for? Jeez! Dropkick that subscribe button already and become a grasshopper today. That does it. I'm out of here. Gotta go.